Hello! Welcome to episode 16, Brutally Honest podcast. We have a smaller cast this week, I suppose, with me, Erich, and Rick.
And me, Rick. Hello, everybody.
Jason's here.
It's me.
Jason!
Hey.
Callum,
Oh, hey, sorry, that broke up on my end.
you just heard me slurping coffee. No worries.
Yes, I did. I thought you were drinking soup.
It is 10:53 in the morning. I have coffee.
Oh,
Soup?
It's
So
like
anyway,
It's never too early for soup.
10 to 6 where I am. So
It's really true. It has never
There's
been
always
early.
room for soup.
So we got
soup
some
isn't.
good- Oh my gosh. We're gonna talk about soup or we're gonna talk about video games, guys?
Oh wow.
Well, I mean, we're
they're
not
related.
even really talking about video games either. We're talking about trailers.
I'm trying so hard. Okay. All right.
Cried.
I'm not gonna cry.
Breaking Erich week by
I'm-
week.
Crying. All right, guys. I'm in a weird mood today. We got the Injustice 2 reviews from this week. What do you guys think of Black Canary and Catwoman, Cheetah, Swamp Thing, and Poison Ivy?
I like all of them.
So, besides Catwoman and Poison Ivy, I kind of haven't heard of the rest.
Mhm.
And I feel like we're scraping the bottom of the barrel now.
No, not at all.
No.
Really?
They're.
Um,
I mean, I think Cheetah's cool, but I would have preferred to see Jason. Who's the woman who has all the mystical animal powers? Vixen. Is
Vixen.
that who
Yep.
she is?
Yep.
I would have preferred to see her instead of Cheetah. I think that would have been more fun.
You know what? I would have
But-
preferred that too. But you know why Cheetah's in there?
No, I don't.
Wait.
Well,
Wait, guys.
big Wonder Woman villain.
Is-
Okay, gotcha.
Is
Is she in the
Vixen-
movie? Or is she in the?
She's not, as far as I know. The villain in
Okay.
the movie is going to be Ares.
Okay.
You know what? Injustice 2 stopped being like care-worthy once they took out the whole adaptive armor during fights thing.
Don't they still have the loadout that you select, like your armor and stuff?
But that's not the
Yeah.
same
You
thing.
can play.
I would.
dress up.
I would
Doesn't
actually
it-
have preferred if they didn't have adaptive armor in it at all. So
Exactly. But like
Yeah.
the trailer made me think that if you met certain conditions, your character's look would change and you'd get some sort of bonus. And I thought it was just set per character.
Mhm.
But I mean, then they started saying, no, you equip items. And it's supposed to make it so it's like an original character for everyone. But everyone's just going to equip
Right.
the best items. There's going to be like
Well,
one
maybe.
But maybe
one
the
set
items are
that
more
breaks
like,
the game.
But maybe the items are kind of like they are in Destiny, where there's just certain, they all, you can make them as best as they are, but there's just different attributes to each set.
True,
Could be.
but this is a fighting game. So at the end of the day, there's going to be like one set of items that breaks the game for everyone,
Oh, yeah.
and then they're just going to
Yeah.
all use that.
Well, then that'll be banned at tournaments if it breaks
Yeah,
the
it's
game.
not like they can't fix
Yeah,
it.
I don't know. I don't think anything is going to break the game. I mean, they're pretty careful with this stuff.
This
Yeah.
is the
I
same
agree.
studio that
I
makes.
think at some point there will be, but I also believe that they'll fix it. It's not like they just can't go nerf it during an update
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
So
Eric,
Guys,
you
this is
said-
the
I don't
same-
know. I think it's a little catchy. The armor stuff, it'll be fun here and there. You can make your character fun looking, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm sure there's another mode where you can just play the game without the armor and have to care for it.
Well, I hope so. I'm not
Right.
that into it.
I mean, there's like
we keep
10 different
interrupting
fighting modes
Eric.
and
I know, poor
Mortal
Eric.
Kombat X. Sorry.
I'm not
Eric.
crying. You're crying.
Eric, what is it?
I wanted to ask if this was the same studio that makes the Mortal Kombat.
Yes,
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
they do
Except
make the Mortal
NetherRealm.
Kombat.
And Mortal Kombat is a broken game.
Well, it has Predator
That one.
and Vincent in it, so I don't know what you want from me.
I mean, have you played that with that like one robot dude who throws the saw blades? You
I
can
haven't
stun
played-
block people for the entire fight.
I've never played
There's
Mortal
lots
Kombat.
of fighting games like that. I remember back when
haven't-
Street Fighter 2
I
came
haven't played
out.
with that.
Yeah, I remember back when Street
Yeah.
Fighter 2 came out. There was a guy who used to spam. I think it was Dalsum's slide, and it was so freaking aggravating. A friend of mine.
Yeah.
So that's in everything. Exactly.
Perfect. Okay. I just really like Street Fighter 2.
Oh,
Okay.
I like Street Fighter 2 also.
Making the dismal list of things Erich likes.
How? I can't wait for Street Fighter 2 Ultra on the Switch.
I know. Oh my god.
Gonna be
Can't
getting
believe
that.
they're making that.
I have a buddy who's a real big Street Fighter fan,
Yeah.
and he's buying a Switch just for that. So that's questionable.
Okay.
Did I see there's like a first person mode in that game as well?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I don't know how that's gonna go.
That's gonna be great.
Oh man.
That's
All
one
right.
word for
Anyway, these characters are gonna be pretty cool. I'm pretty stoked. So
Where's Swamp Thing come from?
The swamp.
He comes
Swamp.
from the swamp. Yeah.
That's
High five, Jason.
Thank you. He's
really
almost
rude.
like a godlike character, Erich, in DC now at this point. Where not like super magic powers, but he has a control over basically all of nature.
Is he a hero or a villain?
I mean, if you're gonna classify him, he's the hero, but he's
mostly
sort of neither.
mostly hero.
So he joins the Vixen and Aquaman pantheon of having control over things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in I don't mean to cut you off, but in DC now, there's three like natural factions that they did with the rebirth thing and everything. There's the green, which Swamp Thing is in charge of, which is nature. Then there's the red, which is like animals and organics and stuff like that. And then there's another one too. I think it's like death or something. But it's kind of it's weird how they did like this elemental kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Now. But Swamp Thing is
They did it with Animal Man.
Yes, there you go. Yeah, animal.
It was actually a really good storyline. It sounds weird, but it was an actually really good storyline.
Yeah, I read some of that. It was good.
I just
I
need
was
to know
waiting
who
for you
controls
to-
the alligators. Is it Swamp Thing or Aquaman?
Listen,
probably
nobody
Vixen.
controls the alligators.
That
Yep.
would probably be Swamp Thing.
Organic.
'cause
Nice.
Alligators, they don't swim in the ocean.
So
Well, they're not
Yeah,
fish,
that's
right?
that's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Okay.
They're reptiles.
We have whales
what-
aren't fish either. Whales
Well, I
are
don't
more.
think. Yeah, I don't know. Aquaman's whole telepathy thing is questionable, but Swamp Thing can't control. He can't control animals, so it's just plants. That's it.
Oh, that's boring.
I'd like to take a second to just say to the viewers, welcome to the Brutal Gamer podcast, where we lay down some scientific facts like alligators are not fish.
Yes, exactly, and neither are whales. So let's keep that in mind.
Whales are like cows.
Cows of the ocean.
Of this,
They're both
Not the
mammals.
manatee.
the sea
Well,
cow.
I'm-
Yes, there you go.
I'm
Sea
certain the
cow.
sea cow is
The
slightly
sea-
more like a
The sea
cow
cow is
than
the
a
cow
whale
of the
is.
ocean.
Okay, so there were other things that happened in games.
Yes, there's more news than just that.
So there's a pun here
Yes.
about like who broke their hearts hearing that Zelda has a season pass for their new game.
Not me.
Eric and I talked about this beforehand. Do you guys know what's in the season pass?
I have no idea.
I don't
I'm
know.
just gonna bring it up again.
Please.
Season
Laid out for us.
Damn it. Pass Zelda. Yeah, there we go. It's and I quote, the expansion pass bonus has 3 new treasure chests containing useful items and includes exclusive in-game clothing.
Wow.
Then the first pack of DLC adds new Cave of Trials challenge, new hard mode, additional map feature. Second pack adds a new original story, a new dungeon, and additional challenges. But what I like is that the first DLC pack is coming out in summer 2017, and the second DLC pack is coming out in holiday 2017.
Fabulous.
So here's why
My-
I don't have a problem with this. Right. Nintendo's never done me dirty on DLC. right? Every time Nintendo released DLC, you're gonna make me laugh. Stop it. Every time Nintendo's released DLC, I've enjoyed it. Now Callum just mentioned how there are gonna be, treasure chests it's like a bonus, right? I don't care that those are there. That is because they're not the actual expansion pass. It's not the first expansion or the second expansion. The hard mode could be a stupid expansion. Sorry, but if they do it correctly, if it's not just tweaking numbers, if they move dungeons around or move item placement or make enemies smarter or something, kind of like Resident Evil 7 does, I am more than happy with paying $20 in part for hard mode and Cave of Trials or whatever that is. And a new story is fine with me. I think that's what DLC should be. Anyway, it's an expansion pack.
Yep.
That's where I stand. Don't
I
do
will
me
not
dirty.
buy it.
You're
Okay.
not going to buy it, Jason?
Nah, I won't, because I've, like back years and years ago when they actually did expansion packs, and that's what they were called. I bought stuff like this very often. I used to play it. I used to like it. If it would lengthen the life of the game. But I noticed in the last few years, whenever I buy one of these things, I just don't play it that much. So I'm probably not going to be in for it. And that's the only reason. I have no problem with it.
Gotcha.
It's the day and age that we're in.
Yeah.
Welcome to
feel
the
the same way.
porch with old man Jason explaining to us the origin of expansion packs.
You damn
Get off my
kids.
yard, kid! I'm in the same boat with you, Jason.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about Mass Effect. I'm kind of struggling whether or not to get the DLC, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm going to play it.
Yeah. I mean, I know you're a big fan, but it's
yeah,
like,
I am. But I'm
I
also
zoned
reading
out a
what's
little
included
there.
in it, and there's just a bunch of stuff for multiplayer. It sounds like I'm sure there'll be some story stuff, but
Now, before we actually started recording, I did read one interesting thing in that Megan actually posted in our group chat that Zelda doesn't start Link off with pants or shoes.
oh, nice.
So
Yeah, and apparently you can hurt your foot if you kick a treasure chest.
yeah, which actually that's kind of neat. But I'm
man.
wondering about the pants thing because that doesn't.
Well, I
Sounds
mean,
like me every
presumably
morning.
you aren't like.
Have you played Conan?
No, I
Yeah.
haven't. But I know
Yes,
Callum.
I have. It is so offensively naked.
Well, that's how Link's going to appear at the beginning of this game.
Fantastic.
You know what? You know what? I'll be fine with it because I don't have to spend like 10 minutes sorting out my penis size.
Uh-huh.
That's good.
Now, will there be
but-
a slider in Breath of the Wild? That's the only thing. That's
Oh,
what I'm
God.
wondering.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
The only slider that matters.
That's right. Just how
Current-
wild is it?
Ew.
Oh,
Let's move on from this topic.
yeah.
I don't
Let's
know what
abandon this topic like a baby in the woods.
guys. I don't
Ooh.
Vran or Typo Man is. I don't know what either of those things are.
I know what Victor Vran is.
What
What
is
is
it?
Victor
know what
Vran?
these two are.
Yeah, Rick, you want to do the honors?
Yeah, certainly. Victor Vran is actually a pretty popular PC game. I'm pretty sad you guys don't know what it is.
No.
I'll go ahead and let
I'm
you
sad
all
you
know
don't
what it
know a
is.
lot of things.
I know. It's
Wow.
an action RPG. And it's kind of a little bit more, it's an isometric top-down game, so it kind of looks like Diablo. It looks like it has a little bit more action than Diablo because it's an action RPG. So there's that element of a little bit of a hack and slash to it. So you're a demon hunter. You've been sent into this cursed city, and it's just kind of like plays like Diablo, and then you just go through and try to hunt all these demons. There's an end game. It's couch co-op and up to 4-player co-op. It's already been on PC, so this is just the console version coming
Right.
through.
And
Really?
Benj actually
it's,
did a review of this.
Oh, did we?
Yep, Benj did a review of it a while ago on PC. And I mean, he's a Diablo fan, I think, so he said it was really good.
I bet he loved it. Yeah,
Yep.
I bet.
So this is released. This is being released on PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
Is what it seems like. Cool. I'm gonna have
It'll be released
really enjoy
this
this.
summer, I believe. So it looks really good. So check it out. The DLC what comes with it as well. It's free. So
Now, is this going to be a physical release?
That's cool.
Like a only.
I don't know
Good question.
if it's gonna be a physical release. I didn't read anything stating it would be.
I mean, it's been on
So,
PC, so obviously it's never had a physical release. That's a really good question. I don't know.
yeah, that's a great question. I don't know.
Right. Well,
Maybe.
Check your local
Hard-hitting
store
journalism
retailer.
over here.
Now- I have to say I'm unfamiliar with this one because other than me, I don't know anyone Typo Man.
Alright,
I've
so
just
Typo
looked it
Man-
up.
Well, it looks really interesting.
is this a game about my articles that I write?
Yeah.
No.
it could fit for me as well.
No, it's not, sadly. It's a 2D platformer game, and it's got this weird little play on words where you'll be running through and say there's a jumble of letters in front of you, and then there's a switch a little bit further on, and then there's the letter N next to the switch. So you kind of have to push the letter O over to the switch, and then the switch will turn on, and then you can move on through the game. So there's just little things like that, and as you progress and you do these action moves, you want to spell out something, or typically spelling out something will help you progress through the game.
And
Okay.
also, it looks like you can change. Like I'm on their website, and you can like type in words, and it'll help you do things. So like this
Yeah.
person's typed in the word cover, and it's made like a bubble around them. And another person typed in the word platform, and it made a platform. That
Cool.
could be
You know what it
interesting.
sounds like to me, that Drawn to Life game
Yeah.
where you draw, whatever it is, and then
Yeah, I know that game.
T-Rex comes in and
Oh, I forgot all about that game.
So
yeah, definitely check it out. It looks like a fun and interesting game.
to shed a little light on the Victor Vran situation, it seems there will be physical copies.
Ah,
Nice.
Because I'm reading a thing now that says that it will appear through retail and digital stores.
There we go.
cool.
Power of the inner tubes.
Yes.
Woo.
Awesome.
Should we talk
Oh,
about
yeah,
the
make
game of the
sure
year?
to check out- Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Jake.
So before we begin, what is
Yes.
Crash Bandicoot?
My God.
well, you
Are
see,
you being
Cal,
serious?
I'm
Cal.
kidding.
back in
Okay.
the PlayStation
One of the
1,
very-
there was this overrated platforming game
How
starring.
dare you?
Uh,
How dare you?
I'm
One of the
kidding.
very first games I ever
No.
played was Wrath of Cortex.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah,
I
it
think
was.
that's included
Oh,
in this new one
cool.
because it's the first three games.
I can play that now. I still have a PlayStation 2. I can just
Yes, but these actually
play
will
that
look
game.
good as opposed to those. At this
Wow.
stage.
Yeah, but I don't have to spend like 4,000 rand on it.
Well, some of us don't have to.
Well, okay, I don't have
to.
to. I don't have to spend the equivalent of $400 for the console, and then another like 60 for the games.
I think it's.
Didn't you mention that you had a PS4?
Oh shit! It's on PS4.
Yeah.
Okay,
Exclusive.
then I still can't shell out money for. I'm in like my second year of university. I need to knuckle down and start doing things with my life.
Time to grow up.
All right, well, there's that. Or you could play Crash Bandicoot, which includes the first three games in the series. And the
You know,
first
you
of which
talked me into it.
is one of my favorites. There we go. So this will be out. I think it's March that this comes out, and it includes the first three games, all redone, and they look really good. And I cannot wait. No, June. I'm sorry, it comes out in June.
I was
So
about to say
I'm very excited. for it.
everything seems to be coming out in March.
Well, not Crash. He arrives in June.
No, he
Yes.
crashes in June.
Very punny.
Speaking
Anyway.
of release dates,
Release dates for things. Callum?
just small segue. I remember that the sequel to Stick of Truth was supposed to be released in December last year.
Nope.
and it got postponed. Does anyone know when it's postponed to?
Forever.
Oh,
I think sometime this year,
Yeah, it is this year.
fantastic.
but I don't know the exact date on it.
All right, cool.
No, but
Do you
at
know
some point.
if you buy the Stick of Truth on PSN, like if you pre-order, if you still get
I think so.
What?
the other, if you pre-order
You get the
Fractured
first
Butthole, you
one?
get Stick of Truth, is what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I think so.
that was all I wanted to know.
I'm trying to pre-order it, and I know you get Towley DLC.
Ooh.
Yeah, you kids
There
want to
we
get
go.
high?
Okay.
What? I just did a
Yeah,
search
golly.
for fractured butthole on
Have that.
I see.
on GameStop, and I got an item called the fart pillow.
Okay, that doesn't even come close. I just searched Victor Vran physical release, and I
Yeah.
want you all to think about that for a minute.
No, I don't.
All
All right,
right.
let's move on.
So McFarlane Toys is making Destiny stuff.
Yes,
That's really cool.
it is
Are
pretty
there-
cool.
There are that many iconic characters in Destiny.
I didn't think
I
there were
mean-
any. So
They're making
No, I
weapons
think
and stuff.
they're gonna do is they're just gonna make exotics, and then you're gonna like buy them for like little toys, or they'll come as the character pre-mades or something.
the first three figures are the three character types.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Um,
You know,
I don't know where they go beyond that, but like I will say this with their Halo line that they had, they did tons of Spartan variants. So
okay.
they're probably
But
going to
there's
do
a
tons
difference
of variants
there.
here. Yeah, I know.
The difference being that in Halo, there are like iconic characters that appear throughout the series.
Yes.
The point of Destiny is to be different from everyone.
That's
Or
right.
an action figure.
There are
Correct.
full sets of armor though that are iconic.
I
Yeah.
suppose.
You get a full,
So
you can get a full
like
set of armor
weapons.
from each raid, and there are
Yeah, I
iconic
suppose.
weapons.
Like
I
I
mean,
saw
maybe the-
this is really like a niche community. So like if you brought a toy in and you said, "Oh my god, I have this exotic armor and these exotic weapons," if you talk to someone who knows what the game is, then they're gonna be able to say, "Yeah, I know what that is." So
Well,
Yeah.
do you know what King's Fall Warlock is?
what?
yes.
Vault of Glass Titan?
Oh,
Iron
See, those
Banner
are all
Hunter?
yeah, those are all the iron sets from the raids you win.
Okay, well, those are the first three figures.
Okay, that'd be cool.
Uh,
Those are all cool armor sets.
So I get a feeling they're going to do a lot of variants, but I'm not into Destiny, so I don't know.
yeah.
You have any interest
Yeah.
in this? Those who play Destiny, would you buy one of these for your desk or whatever?
Probably not.
if I still play Destiny a lot, I would, but I
Okay.
haven't played Destiny for like a year, so no.
I got back into it. I've been playing a lot, but I still don't think I would purchase a toy.
I feel as though you grown men know too much about toys.
Heck yeah.
Just
You know
putting
what?
that out there real quick.
You know what? That's rude to say to us.
Yes.
Yeah,
indeed.
it is. I mean,
Also, I think you're
collectively,
making a
you're
lot of
basically like
assumptions.
all my bosses, so
Yeah.
this is a safe space in which I can feed you shit, and you can't do anything about it. Woo!
There are no safe spaces.
Do we want to talk
Not
about
here.
something else that's very near to my heart?
Boglins?
Pokemon Go.
Oh,
Oh,
The best generation, and I don't mean those who fought World War II, but thanks for your service. Pokemon Go, Generation Johto, Generation 2 Pokemon.
Oh, man.
what's that? now?
yeah, Jodo is the best.
So they released like 80 new Pokemon, and it's all the Gen 2 Pokemon, and I've been catching them a lot. It's great.
Do people even still play this game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
This
Me
like
too.
swept
I do
this
not.
swept through South Africa and then left in a week.
Does it? Oh, here's the thing though. Did it actually leave, or do you just not see people playing it?
Okay, no, but here's the thing. On my campuses, there were people constantly playing it.
Mhm.
And like
Mhm.
there were like there's a church on the main campus for like theology or whatever. And it used to be one of the Pokestops. And you would just
God.
see this like crowd of people around this church with their phones out,
Yep.
rolling the Pokestop or whatever you say, whatever swill lingo you kiddos use these days. And now no one
lingo?
does.
I never knew there was lingo. Yeah.
So
I don't know. If it's a nice day out and like I'm gonna go play Pokemon after this podcast actually, and where we go, there'll be people out. It won't be as nearly as populated as it used to be, but there's definitely people still out where I live playing it.
That's cool.
Same. Now, Rick.
Last summer,
Yeah.
I just wanted to add. Last summer, I saw people everywhere around where I live, which is Metro New York, and this so far there's like nobody, but I have a feeling when the warm weather kicks up, there'll be more people.
Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah, and
Now,
at
Rick.
like the big shows like Comic-Con, they'll be all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Possible.
Now, Rick.
What's up? What's up, Eric?
So there are special, I'm sure you've seen, there are Pokemon that need special items to evolve. Like you can only get Slowpoke's alternate evolution if you use a King's Rock when you're evolving him.
Okay.
And I didn't know where to get those. I saw a report online today that there are special drops when you get 7 days Pokestops in a row. So,
oh wow, that's crazy.
So
All
I
right,
mean, at least
that's
it gives you as a real incentive to not
Yeah.
stop playing.
Did you see that you can name the Eevees and they'll do the new evolutions?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I have Espeon.
Okay. Yeah, I got both of them.
I'm just waiting to get a
They're
stronger
cool.
Eevee to evolve into Umbreon.
Yeah, I just wanted to test it out, and it worked, so that was just cool.
Yeah. But I'm really excited. This is my favorite generation.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite Pokemon.
Here's a question for you. And we're in February with July and like June coming around the corner. Do you think this is do you think they'll do another generation of Pokemon, another release?
That's soon? I don't know. Maybe in like July.
I think they'd be smart too.
Yeah, get people back interested in it again.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't release a new generation in like July, I think that they need to do something with like the legendaries. Be like, the year of the game now that you can get the legendaries if you play.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because
do something. I mean, they do something every holiday, so I was just wondering what you think they'd be doing for their year.
I would imagine Mewtwo would be the year release. Like, the game's been out for a year. Now here's Mewtwo.
Everybody, that's all they have out is Mewtwo's.
I mean, yeah, but you're not using
Mewtwo. Have you caught a Chansey?
No.
Have you seen? I guess that they I don't know if they accidentally. Well, they probably did it on purpose, but somehow they have a really powerful hit, and it's like they only have like 300 HP, or no, they have a really high hit point, and then they also have this really high attack power. It's like 120 attack power, and now you go to every gym, and it's just full of Chanseys, even like the lowest level ones.
Because they're a really good tanky Pokemon, and you put them in gyms, and they were widely available for that Valentine's Day, which I didn't catch any because I didn't have a chance to play that week. But
no. I caught a couple, but I didn't really realize it until I started looking at the gyms. And then my buddy told me about his that it has like 300 hit power, but it only takes like 2 or 3 hits, and it can kill like the other Pokemon. So, Pokemon.
Yeah, it's great.
Pokemon Go Tangent.
For Honor came out.
It did.
Anybody get it?
No.
Not on our site.
Nope.
I don't have money.
Would you have bought it if you did have money?
I mean, maybe. Depends who.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're making my decisions, Jason.
I'm trying to help.
Makes me a lot more regal.
Were you able to download the beta, Callum?
No. Which I severely regret, because everyone tells me it's either really bad or amazing. So
yeah.
If you like MOBAs and fighting games, you would like it.
I do like those things.
You'd probably like it.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. That's it.
Just give it a month. Like Jason said, just give it a month. It'll be like $25.
Yep.
Or 25,000 rands for you. So
yes.
Oh my god, guys.
Well,
it's like my computer is fucking amazing, and it's not even 25,000 rand.
No.
Let's stop trying to understand foreign currency, okay?
I don't get it at all. So
on this podcast, let's make this not a foreign currency podcast.
We could start
a
one.
foreign currency podcast. That's what we're going to talk about after the NIS presser.
Oh.
Totally.
Oh boy. All right, Jason, tell us about the comics.
Well, we got some pretty cool comic stuff this week. Number one, we're going to start with the Osborn identity, which, stop me if you've heard this one before, but Norman Osborn is back in Spider-Man comics, and he's running a multinational corporation, and he's doing stuff.
You don't say. Blowing my mind over here.
I think they do this like once a year, so he's back again, and that's the next story after the clone thing.
Wait, how did he get brought back? Did he
I
get
have
brought
no
back from? Oh, okay, what? Because I was gonna. You said that they brought back a lot of the old people with the clones, right?
Yes, they did. I suppose there is the chance that he was brought back in. I haven't read all of the Clone Saga though, so I don't know.
I just hope he doesn't suddenly become evil and turn into some variation of Goblin.
Oh, that would be terrible.
No one would ever suspect that.
Well, you're right. That would be new. So the
What if he turns to Spider-Man?
I think that's probably been done too, to be honest.
Oh boy.
The synopsis released by Marvel says that the clone conspiracy is over, and Marvel presents Dan Slott's The Osborn Identity, and he's going to have Stuart Immonen along doing the art, which is a good thing.
Oh, wait. I just
yes?
got it.
What?
It's like the Bourne Identity.
Yeah!
Osborn.
Isn't that great?
Clicked.
Norman
It's like
Osborn is back, and he's deadlier than ever.
It's like how Flo Rida's name is just Florida.
Now it says here, guys,
I don't know why that's funny, but
it's funny. But it says here, guys, and I don't know if I spoiled this already, but this is it's a big shock. It says, with the might of his multinational corporation at his back, Peter Parker is ready to take on the fight of his old foe. So it's going to be two corporations smashing into each other.
Whoa!
With Green Goblin and Spider-Man. For those who don't
put
know,
a break
if
on
it
all
was
this
just like
action.
story-long issue of litigation between two corporations.
You know what? I would read that.
Just imagining.
just court hearing after court hearing.
Bam! Lawyer enters the room. Pow! Slaps down the litigation papers.
What the Phoenix Wright games are? Just courtroom after courtroom.
Basically.
Yeah,
no,
that's
the Phoenix
what's
Wright
that animation?
of Spider-Man.
Yeah, Phoenix. Yeah.
Yep.
Those games actually look pretty fun. I've never played one.
Like,
No.
I want them to tease us with like one Spider-Man like costume appearance at the beginning of the series, and then the rest of the series is just in suits.
You never know.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a 40-page issue to kick this off, and then afterwards, you get a bunch of like little short. I think they're 2-page stories right after the main story. So it's a pretty big issue of the book. That's going to be March 8th, and that's Amazing number 25.
Isn't there
I
a
see.
picture of his daughter on there too? Like Norman Osborn's daughter?
Is there?
Norman Osborn has a daughter.
Yeah, isn't that the blonde in the picture?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Spider-Man
that's
has
the storyline
changed.
from what's his face when Norman Osborn slept with Gwen Stacy.
What
Right.
the fuck? What?
No,
You don't remember this?
don't try, Callum. Don't try.
What?
So
let it go.
when
Let it
Yeah.
go.
Gwen Stacy had twins
Oh,
with
no.
Norman Osborn, and then the twins came back.
Okay, whoa.
and Amazing
Whoa.
Spider-Man. I think what was it, 500?
Rick,
Just wait. Let me finish this.
I'm not
And
mentally
then Spider-Man
prepared.
fought the twins because they knew that Norman Osborn was the Green Goblin, so they were hell bent on destroying Peter Parker and Spider-Man. And then he winds up killing the. I don't know if Spider-Man killed him, but the son died, and now it's just the daughter who's vowed revenge. Isn't that correct,
Okay.
Jason?
Dun dun dun.
So
Isn't that right?
I was gonna say, why didn't you explain that to me after the show? But I guess that's
Because
pointless now.
Yeah, there we go.
Creepy enough for you?
It was creepy enough for me when you said Gwen Stacy, Norman Osborn did the deed.
Oh yeah.
So let's move on because that was That's nobody needs to relive that. Next up, we have the Watchmen in the DC universe proper, and this storyline is picking up from Rebirth, the one shot. Yeah. So there's like been some stuff going on with Watchmen in the DC universe, and one of them is that the comedian's button, the iconic button with the blood spot on it, had appeared in the Batcave somehow, and they did not explain how. And this is what the new Batman and Flash crossover is going to explore, because they're getting into that now, and we're going to see how the Watchmen universe is sort of colliding with the DC universe, and what's going on with Dr. Manhattan, I imagine, will be in there as well. So this one, I'm really excited for this one, because I like both Batman and the Flash, and the whole thing with Rebirth and the Watchmen has interested me right from the start. I know a lot of people thought it was controversial to do because they think they should just leave Watchmen alone, but I actually think this is a really cool idea, so I'm interested in this. And I see also Reverse Flash is here too, so that's really cool.
Who watches the Watchmen? Apparently Batman.
Yeah, and Flash.
Yeah.
And Flash.
But I remember the hype for this started like a year ago.
Yeah.
Beginning of the year, I remember seeing snippets of like a Batman in rubble with like the Watchman sticker badge thing.
Yeah.
And it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
What? And then nothing happened for a year.
Nope.
Well,
Also,
there's been
really,
a build-up. I'm sure it's part of the storyline.
Yeah. Also, really cool. Just to note, if everybody goes and checks this out on BG, if you click the images, you'll get a preview of what the lenticular covers for these books will look like. There's going to be two versions. There'll be a vanilla version for the regular price, and then there'll be a lenticular cover version for $3.99. And if you click the image, you'll see the lenticular cover in action. They're really cool. There's one with zoom and then reverse flash, and then there's one with Batman and Flash with the button. Both are really cool. So
I'm totally looking it up now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like basically on the article.
Excellent.
I'm going to be super. Is this the lenticular cover, the one with Reverse Flash holding the button?
Yep.
Cool.
So
Oh
tap that,
man, what?
and it's really cool looking. Yeah, it's just really cool.
Blowing him apart.
Yeah,
So rad.
yeah. It's really cool. And there's another one too.
Flash.
There's another one too that I think was released exclusively to one website, and if you can find it online, I don't know the website. It has the Flashpoint Batman, and so I guess he's involved too. And then it has, I think it's Reverse Flash. So it's Flashpoint Batman and Reverse Flash, and they change with the lenticular. And then you see either Flashpoint Batman's family laying dead, Bruce and his wife, or Barry and his mother is dead, and Barry is like crying. It's really cool.
I'm
So
super
definitely
glad that these two fictional characters like crying over their dead families is doing it for you.
Yeah, it is. It's working.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah. Moving on, we have a little bit of a mystery, and that is Generations, because Marvel has, as usual, teased this, but they've released zero details on it. So this is very similar to what they did with Secret Wars, where they released just like a teaser image, and then there was a series of teaser images after that. So this is just a big splash with, generations of heroes. So you have like the iconic versions of the heroes in the background, and then the Marvel Now versions in the foreground. So it's done by Alex Ross. It's a really cool image, but we have no idea what this is. So up until now, Secret Empire, which is going to pit the entire Marvel universe against Hydra and evil Captain America, was the big event for this year, and that was announced, that was detailed, the whole thing. So now we have Generations, and that's a question as to whether this is going to come after that or exactly what the story is. The image shows heroes who are, some of whom are dead, some of whom are still alive, some of whom have different identities. It's a little weird and confusing as to what this is going to work out to be, but that's Marvel, so they tease stuff like crazy.
You know what? There are too many things that are secret in Marvel. And it's not cool, because a lot of superheroes were just like, hey, here's my secret identity.
Yeah.
And then you have to have a secret war. No, that you can't go back on your philosophy.
You can if you make a deal with Mephisto.
Yeah.
Okay, you see, what did you just say to me?
Right.
Or if you just write it out of comic canon and just ignore it.
Yep. It's time for
Comic
some
canon
retcons.
sounds like this is the most superior weapon.
Oh man, so this sounds interesting, but we don't really have a lot of info yet.
Nope,
right?
it's just the piece that I wrote on it is just pure speculation. I have no idea what this is about, but the image is cool. So if you want to check out the image, you can head over to BG and check that out. Other than that, we don't know anything yet.
It wouldn't have
Gotcha.
anything to do with Secret Empire, like the Marvel Now battling
Maybe.
the old.
I mean, the whole thing is, while some of these matchups could take place, Wolverine is still very dead. The original Jean Grey is dead. Captain Marvel is dead. He's in there. Hulk is dead, which I still am pissed off about. So there's it's just weird.
Yeah, I guess
It's
you're
kind of
right.
bizarre. And then you have Cap wearing his original outfit too, which is also strange.
I'm super glad we can say things like Wolverine's still dead.
Yep.
Because we all know that's not going to last.
You know it. Yep.
I didn't know there was a female Hawkeye right now. I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't actually know that she had taken over for him, but I knew he had like a partner that he was training. I have no idea that she took over for him though. So
this podcast is like a maths textbook. It accepts tangents way too easily.
sometimes you have to.
You know what? And while you nerds go and pick up your calculators to find out what a tangent is, what is Valiant? And apparently there are previews for it.
Okay, so Valiant Comics is a
great. They're a great publisher.
Yes.
Really enjoy their stuff.
Yep, they got great stuff. You did did you do all the Savage reviews, Erich?
You did.
I haven't fourth one yet.
Okay.
Sitting on it.
Okay.
I had a crazy day yesterday, which is when I planned on getting a lot of stuff done. So next couple days, Savage number 4 review will be up.
But needless to say, you enjoyed Savage, correct?
So far, yeah, it's great.
Yeah. And they've got some good superhero books too. Exo Man of War is really good. This is going to be a big arc this year. And they've got a huge event going on right now called Divinity 3 Stalinverse, which is not an alternate universe tale. And if you read it, you'll see how there's godlike characters involved who remold the world. And there's a reason why they do the USSR.
If they remold the world, isn't that an alternate world?
No, because it's still this world. So if Valiant's regular universe was somewhere else, you'd say it was an alternate world. It's not. It's the actual Valiant universe.
Okay, so it's not like this can be retconned at any point. This is a decision we all have to live with.
Callum, everything in comic books is retconned at some point. So I'm sure there's a chance that this could be retconned, but it won't be because it's a limited series and it will end and things will return to normal. We know that already. So
that shit doesn't fly in anime. What happens in the series happens, and we just live with it and move on.
Well, I would actually prefer that, but no, this is comic books. This is the world where Bucky and Jason Todd are both back from the dead. And now I guess Gwen Stacy's back from the dead too, and there's whatever.
Yeah.
So, and Norman Osborn. So there you go.
There we go.
And his weird baby with like a teenager. Yeah.
It's so great. So
so
she's
gross.
not a teenager. She's a full-grown assassin adult.
man,
She's an assassin now.
Yeah, they
But-
went
Man.
into some weird training so they could
I think
try to fight her.
Callum is talking about Gwen Stacy though, Rick.
Oh, yeah, Gwen Stacy. I don't know what she's doing.
Yeah,
Probably being Gwen
Spider-Man's
Stacy. She's probably
changed.
falling off bridges.
Ha
Too soon.
ha.
So
Something
they also
about
have,
a professor.
and they also have Harbinger Renegade on the shelf. So if you like Valiant, good because they are going to be. In addition to that, we have a couple little quick things I wanted to mention, including Evil Dead comics, which are expanding big time over at Space Goat Productions. They've got a bunch of Goat. They have a new series called Doppelganger Wars, which will pit Ash versus hundreds of Ashes. And if you watched Evil Dead at all, or Army of Darkness, that could be ripe with comedic possibility. So there's that. And then there's let's see. Also wanted to mention Triptychon, which was just unveiled at Toy Fair. That is a huge, gigantic T-Rex Transformer. If you remember him from the 80s, Hasbro is bringing him back in new form. He's going to be one of the biggest Transformers ever made, and he looks really, really cool. So go check him out. And Boglins have returned as a collector figure. So what does that mean? That means they are not puppets, and they are incredibly expensive. So if you were going to buy one of these, you would have to be like a Boglins super fan. If there are any of those and you want to go check it out on BG, we have the story up right. You can see what they look like. They will cost you 100 USD.
What are Boglins?
They're like these hideous little rubber puppets from like, I think it was the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember them, right?
Yeah.
Rick?
Yeah, I do. And I don't
I
remember them being so many puppets as more like dog toys now that I think about it. And they're just glorified dog toys. And I think I just like threw them around like a ball, but they were just like these little balls.
Yeah.
And they had these little arms that would hang off them, and they were just really nasty. They look like little booger snots.
Yeah.
It is
I had
crazy
one
scary.
puppet, and it was really freaky. I remember that. And actually, the one that I had is the one releasing first. I think his name is Glork or something like that. I mean, I had no idea they actually had names.
So it is crazy scary to think that while you guys are playing with your Boglins, I didn't exist.
Pretty much.
Yep. Good times.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, you missed out on the Boglins. You did miss out on
I'll
the great
remember
toys of
that
the
when
80s,
I'm writing
though.
my next piece.
Boglins were odd. You know, Mad Balls are back too. Did you see that?
What the
No,
hell
I
is
didn't
Mad
see
Balls?
that.
They're like these little monsters, but it's a ball. And they came around in, I think it was like 91 or something like that, or maybe even earlier. And they were like, just like regular foam balls, but they looked like little creatures. And now there's
Still like 6 years before I was born.
Yeah, right. And now there's like a ton of them. There's like collector figures. There's the foam ones they brought back. There's loads of different ones. Like, it's weird how Mad Balls is coming. Anyway, that's a digression, I should say. What's next?
NIS presser.
Oh
boy.
Eric,
Yeah, I'm here. So,
go.
when was it? Tuesday? Friday. So Jason puts this thing up and he's like, hey, does anybody want to cover this? And I had never consciously heard of NIS, but I knew, what retroactively, I knew what they had published, what they make. I watched this press conference and I covered it, and I'll post a link to the story where the coverage is. But if you don't know, NIS is a pretty Japanese game developer and publisher. They showed off some new stuff, including the re-release of Danganronpa 1 and 2 for the PS4. They announced a card board game hybrid for the 3DS called Cold Sept Revolt, I think it was called. New RPG Maker Fest for the 3DS. They showed 19 games off, so I'm not going to have every single one. But it was
Wow.
Yeah, it was a good press conference. Lots of trailers. Not too much information, but for people who were waiting for this to watch this, I don't think anybody would have been disappointed. There was lots of good footage for these games, and they're not necessarily. What was that?
They're releasing a lot of PS4 games.
Yes, they are. And,
are they all exclusives?
No,
it looks like
PS4 and Steam, or PS4 and Vita and stuff like that.
I mean, some of them are for Windows.
Yeah.
Oh, one to the Nintendo Switch.
A Switch game, but I forget what it was. And
Just Gaia 5.
Okay.
Yeah, That's it. Yep. So it was a good presser. It was very Japanese, which isn't necessarily up my alley in terms of games and stuff. But it was good.
It is hectically Japanese because their name is literally Nippon Ichi Software. That like translates to Japan something software.
There you go.
I'm gonna like put that into Google Translate. She translation.
Was there anything that really stood out to you, Erich?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Like I mentioned before we started recording, it wasn't a new announcement, but they announced that they showed that Birthday's the Beginning game, which was kind of like a life sim, but for nature, which looked really neat. I don't really know anything about it. It looks cool. It's going to be on the PS4. And that card game crossover looks really neat. That's going to be on the 3DS. Called looks neat.
Is RPG Maker on the 3DS?
Yes.
Because that looks pretty neat. I might pick up.
I've never played the RPG Maker games. They've always been like
yeah, I haven't either.
Had a lore, but I've never,
Yeah, but they're interesting, and the idea behind them is great. So, I mean, it looks pretty cool.
Definitely. I just never really, got around to playing them.
Yeah, guys, and even though Dylan couldn't join us today, he did mention a couple of interesting things in the show notes before we started. One of which, let me pull it up here, is that the Switch has been unboxed, and there's one out there, at least one out there in the wild. Yeah, we didn't cover this at all on BG, but I have seen the video. Did anybody else watch the video of the unboxing of the UI?
No, I didn't.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I hear laughter.
Nippon Ichi translates directly as Japanese Pops.
Yep, that sounds right.
So it's Japanese pop software.
Yep, that makes sense. I don't know anything about them. I'm sure the games are fun. They're not all up my alley, But back to the Switch.
Speaking of your alley, what is currently happening in that festering cesspool?
What does that mean?
Good Lord.
What are you
I think
saying?
he means what's going on with the Switch.
Oh, sure, that.
Hey, listen, my room might not be the cleanest, but I wouldn't call it a festering cesspool, Callum. Thank you very much.
And I did. Fly over the Atlantic and say that to my face.
Burden of proof's on you, my friend. Checkmate.
So did you watch the thing or what? The trailer. I mean the unboxing. No, you didn't watch it? Okay.
Nope.
I have, and it's exactly what you'd expect.
Perfect then.
Yep.
Well,
I don't know about that, but anyway.
A really old console that can't compete with current gen.
Rick, I don't want to
What's
fight
up,
you.
buddy?
I don't want to fight you. But I will.
Oh, okay.
Did anybody see
I'll stop hating on the No, no one saw the video. What happened?
No, did anybody see the other thing that Dylan was talking about, that Sony patent?
I did see that.
Oh, no.
That was weird. It's basically it looks exactly like the Razer Edge from a couple of years ago, that tablet PC with the controllers that we've talked about on this show.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it looks exactly like that, and Sony patented something in 2015. And people were saying it looks like the Switch. I think it looks more like the Edge, but it makes you wonder, like, is Sony going to take another shot, at handheld gaming?
I think.
I don't know.
Can I make a hot take here?
Go.
If Sony has the audacity to step back into the handheld ring, they're just going to get their crap stomped in again. Like, Don't get me wrong. I love my Vita, and I like the PSP, but it's not going to compete with the 3DS. It's just not. Or whatever Nintendo puts out next. They can't do it.
No.
Sony's never, ever, ever been the handheld people. Ever since the freaking original, the game, even the Game and Watch back in the 80s. Nintendo's been, the portable guys. I'll still probably get one.
Did Sony portables sell well over in like Japan and China?
I mean, not as well as the 3DS. Okay. I mean, they sold better than they did here.
Well, yeah, of course.
That's not hard.
Yeah.
No.
Boglin sold better here than the PSP.
Most likely.
You could probably play more games on them.
Yeah, I actually played my PSP a hell of a lot more than I played my Vita.
Yeah, well, you know what? For my Vita, and it's not that I couldn't have done this with the PSP, but I've been playing lots of PS1 classics.
Oh, okay.
Like, I just went back and replayed Abe's Exodus. I'm working on Final Fantasy IX, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
I really like the Oddworld series. It's great.
So, I zoned out there for like a minute because I was looking at Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Master Edition. Jason, please buy me this.
I can't buy myself this. It's like sold out everywhere.
Dude, I would love you forever.
Well,
Jason.
As enticing as that is.
Hey, Jason, guess what?
Yes. What?
I already love you forever.
You son of a...
Aww.
So guys,
You are my favorite coupleroo.
Guys, I think it's time to get to that the best part of the show where we get to talk about what we're playing and whether it's good.
Yes.
Bad. So, Jason, I guess you want to go first? What are you
Sure.
playing?
Well, I finally finished up Titanfall 2, and I am moving on to Halo Wars.
The first one or the second one?
No, the second one. The one that just came out.
I want it real bad.
Halo Wars 2, and it comes with the original PC game overhauled, or the original Xbox game, I should say, overhauled.
Nice.
So that I haven't gotten into that at all yet, but I will get into both.
I played the original Halo Wars back on the 360. I did it co-op with a buddy, and it was so fun. I love RTS games, but I'm not good enough to play StarCraft. So
competitively,
yeah. I've tried multiple times over the past few years to play StarCraft 2 competitively, and I get into a game and I lose in 5 minutes. Not even.
Yeah,
like I don't even have my base set up, and they're like, and then all the Zerglings come.
Zerg Rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everyone's had years to practice.
Well, no, but the thing is, it's like I'm just starting, so I should be on the bottom of the ladder, right? I should be with the worst of the worst, and they're blowing me out of the water. And they're blowing me out of the water.
My point still stands, though, because the worst of the worst currently is still better than probably the best of the best a couple years ago.
I don't know, because there should still be new people playing the game, right? In theory.
I mean, yeah, but theories are flimsy things.
That's fair. Anyway, what else, Jason? What's up, other than Halo Wars?
I don't know. Super Mario Run.
Yeah.
I got the giant golden Goomba statue.
Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
And let me tell you.
Goomba.
It's a giant golden Goomba statue.
That's really all there is to say about it.
That's it.
That's it.
How about you, Callum? What are you playing?
I am currently playing Conan Exiles, and I should be possibly uploading a snapshot this week. But
what was that?
I want to upload a snapshot at some point.
In the next few minutes?
I hope so.
How is that? How is that game?
If my internet fixes itself. Anywho. It's like playing Rust. It's just Rust with Conan backdrop.
That's cool. I liked Rust.
No, not really.
A lot.
Never played it.
I mean, do you really want to pay as much for a regular game as you would for a server on Rust? Because as far as I know, servers are free on Rust.
Oh. Well, maybe not then.
But this is Conan.
Conan.
Yeah.
Conan.
Really doesn't feel like it. except that everything's trying to kill you.
Well, that's Conan.
And then, like, you run into another group of naked humans who decide that you would look much better as their, like, carpet than as their friend. And so they try and murder you too, and they succeed, and you lose all of your items.
Oh, great!
Oh,
I
so
spent-
it's just another survival multiplayer game.
Yeah.
I spent like
mean, that's all it
3
is.
hours building myself up to be just shit tier, and then I died once, and I was back to being just a naked dude in a sandrock hut.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah,
Rick?
I
I don't know. Do you have anything else to say, Callum?
I'm playing some Star Trek Online.
Oh,
Whoa!
Yeah.
Excelsior.
Excelsior.
Congrats.
It's pretty fun.
How is it?
I just became a lieutenant commander last night.
Wow.
Is it free?
Yeah, it is actually.
Is it like, what's it like? Is it that MMO clicky thing?
Yeah. Well, it's
Oh,
not a
that
clicky thing.
sucks.
I'm playing on the console, so there's an element of action to it. But it's definitely an MMO thing. And then the ship combat's pretty cool. It's all 3D, and it's I don't know. It's cool. It's a fun little game to play. I mean, the missions, like a whole mission, will take like 20 minutes, so you can just do them real quick. So it's fun.
But it's all multiplayer?
It can be multiplayer. I haven't played with anyone, but when you're like traveling around the universe trying to get to new systems or whatnot, there's definitely people out and about, like shipping around doing their own thing as well. So,
But are you alone? Like, do you have like a crew that you control?
yes.
Or it's just
So you start off and you're piloting like a scout ship, and a part of your team is like 3 other people, I think it is. And then they become your away team, but they're also, your engineer, your top science experiment guy or science engineer, and your top security guy. And then you're the captain. And then there are your away team. So every time you go on, and each mission consists of basically, it's like fly into the system, have a space battle, beam aboard something or a planet, fight more things, beam out of there back to a space battle, and that's the whole mission. So
yeah,
cool.
There are worse.
Star Trekky.
Just real quick, I just remembered that I was also playing Legion, the new Warcraft expansion.
Oh,
yeah.
how was that?
So they do this thing now where you can do a class trial of any class at level 100, so you can just jump straight into Legion content.
Okay.
And it reminds me a whole lot of playing like early level WoW, except that all the numbers are bigger, and I don't look like a pirate.
Oh, that's bad.
Weren't you also watching Legion?
Oh yeah, I was watching a show called Legion. It's good.
And
Well, I mean, it's good. Okay, what makes it good
you
is
recommend
it's
Callum's detailed review. It's good.
okay. Well, what makes it good is that where most superhero stories would have the hero discover that he has superpowers, and then he like, oh, I'm gonna go and save the world and stuff. And Legion sort of just went insane because he just heard all these voices and he thought that he was crazy because he's super powerful. And he gets put in a loony bin because everyone thinks he has schizophrenia. And then he gets like removed from the loony bin and stuff happens. I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a really good series so far. It's only
Are
2
there-
episodes in.
Are there any X-Men references? Or not really?
I don't think so. I don't think
It
they're
is-
supposed to be.
Legion is an X-Men character. He's a mutant.
Yeah.
But so far, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of X-Men references.
Okay.
There might be a couple I've missed because I'm not privy to like incredibly detailed X-Men knowledge.
Mhm.
Like, for instance, this little chubby weird dude keeps showing up throughout the series, and a friend of mine had a theory that he was the Shadow King.
Oh, okay.
And
Does he wear one of those little funny hats like the monkeys do? Like
well,
street
no, but
vendors?
A fez?
No, but the thing is,
Yeah.
he has like these tattered robes on and stuff, and it could have just been like they took creative license with how he looked.
Okay.
So nothing's really been revealed as of yet.
But so far, so good.
But yeah, 2 episodes in, and I'm already hooked.
Cool.
And that doesn't happen often.
Right.
Take my
The
word
last
for it.
show to
It's
hook
good.
me after 2 episodes was Breaking Bad. Way back in the day. So,
Mm.
you know.
That was a good show.
What are you playing, Eric?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. I'm still playing Resident Evil 7. I'm just
Oh my god.
I'm working on my 6th playthrough.
Wow.
Okay.
Getting all the trophies. Doing good.
So-
Really like it.
And now we reveal the true purpose of this podcast. Eric, we need to talk.
No, it's fine.
Your friends and family love you, Eric.
Other than that, I have started playing Dragon Ball Fusions, the 3DS RPG. I got it for Valentine's Day from my
Nice.
girlfriend, and it's really fun. You make a team of 5 characters from Dragon Ball universe, and you fight other ones. It's cool.
Nice.
Except I have Goten and Trunks on my team, and I hate Goten, so that's annoying.
Is it a fighting game or it's like an RPG?
No, it's
I
like
love
it's a turn-based
Goten.
RPG
Okay.
with very very light fighting elements.
Okay.
Like there are certain attacks you can do where you'll have to mash the punch button as many times as you can and like teleport away to get your ki meter up or kai or whatever it's pronounced to do a
Chi.
special attack. Ki,
I think.
kai, ki.
Okay.
High meter.
But
So you can go Super Saiyan.
I haven't gone Super Saiyan.
I'm just saying.
I've only played it for a few hours, but I'm really enjoying it. And Resident Evil 7 is a
it-
good game.
is it like Xenoverse?
It's like an RPG version. You make your own character, and you in the beginning of the game you gather the 7 Dragon Balls with your friend who's a douchey little.
No. No, I was talking about Resident Evil 7. Is that like Xenoverse?
No, I understand the joke now. But no, it's kind of like Xenoverse because you make your own character and then you summon Shenron and wish for a tournament of all the strongest fighters in the universe, and then that's where the story happens. But yeah,
Like, why the hell would anyone wish for that?
because this kid's a douchey teenager. I don't know. I don't like the rival character.
Mm.
But you make
I
your own
hate my-
character. You can be like a Namekian or a human or a Saiyan or like an alien, just a generic alien. It's not as robust as the Xenoverse character creation.
Could
But I
you
don't
wish
know,
for the
man.
crappiest fighters in the universe?
I
Yeah,
guess-
like, why can't I just beat up all the weak people?
Because
Yeah.
they're not cool.
Oh.
I just fought the Gin. Oh, and you
True.
can like fuse any 2 characters together. So characters that were never fused on the show can fuse, like Jace and Goldo from the Ginyu Force. I fought them and they were fused
Ah.
together, and that was an interesting looking character.
I was wondering why it was called Fusions.
Yeah, you fuse characters together.
Now we
That
know.
makes sense.
It's
And
really
knowing's
fun,
half the battle.
actually. So I'm working on that.
I might pick it up then. It sounds like my kind of deal. But I like the idea of a rival character because I'm just imagining like this big Namekian walking through school with his books, and then like a tiny Saiyan smacks them out of his hands and goes, "Nerd!" and just flies away.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Just like, damn.
But it's like the rival character is just this kid that you're friends with, and you summon Shenron with, and then you don't see him later, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you up," and then you find out that he made friends with Vegeta, so it's like you're gonna be fighting
Lol.
Vegeta. But
Yeah,
you
you guys
have
are- You guys are totally saying words, but I don't know the words that you are saying.
One more
Vegeta
thing.
just looked at this kid and said, "You look like a second place character to me. Let me train you."
Another thing that might make or break the game for people. I mean, it doesn't for me. I don't care. I didn't realize this before I got it, but the game is entirely in Japanese with English subtitles.
Wow.
So it's like Budokai 1.
Yeah, it's all Japanese. It's
didn't
cool.
really
I mean,
bother
if you
me
like the
with that
Japanese
game.
voices, it's great.
I will say this: Goku's Japanese voice is very, very disarming after only hearing his dubbed voice.
I've only heard the kid Goku voice. I haven't seen real Goku yet.
So the voice doesn't change, which means that like
I would
this grown
imagine-
man has a
I would
super
imagine
high
the
pitched
kid
voice.
Goku would have a different voice. I don't know.
So
Would
like,
he?
here's the thing: Goku in the dub has like a delightful baritone, and
Yeah.
Goku in the sub has like this super high pitched voice.
Yeah.
He sounds like Luffy from One Piece.
Also, if anybody cares, the PlayStation Flash sale that's going on right now has the Oddworld New and Tasty for PS4 for $5, or PS3 or Vita for $5.
That's cool.
So great game.
Wow.
Like Oddworld, even if you don't, it's worth $5.
Yeah, Oddworld is good.
I love Oddworld.
Yeah.
All right, I guess that's about it for us, right, guys? That is
I
five.
think so.
Rick, listen, you have something to say about Oddworld. You can say it on the cast.
That's $5 too much.
Oh,
Whoa!
I love Oddworld.
That's a good game. I'm just giving you
So-
crap. This is a good game. Go pick it up.
Yeah.
It's good. Okay, I guess that's it, guys. Right? Anyone else?
Greatness.
Yep.
All right. As always, I'm Eric, and then we got Rick.
Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find me on Twitter at DuckRound303.
And Callum's here.
Thank you for listening. Please don't find me on Twitter.
Wow, rude. Jason.
That's not rude. I just don't say interesting things.
Now everyone's interesting, including you, Callum.
Shut up.
That was rude. I'm trying to build you up.
I don't respond well to positive enforcement.
Oh. And finally, Jason.
yes, you can follow me on Twitter at Jason_TAS. And this week we will have piles of Toy Fair stuff on Bro
And-
Gamer Biz. I am heading there in like 10 minutes.
And
Oh, that's
yeah, I got
cool. You're actually going?
Yeah.
that's
Nice.
so cool. Can
How
you
many
see
toys
if
are you gonna buy?
this is kind of off topic, real quick? Can you see if they have those horror movie Jack in the Boxes?
Sure.
I just want to
What
see. I
company-
want to see pictures of those. Those look so cool.
Do you know what the company is?
I'll look and I'll let you know later.
All right. And what did you ask, Rick? Am I going to buy what?
How many toys are you gonna buy?
Well, none, because this is a trade show.
Oh.
I can't actually-
How many
I
toys
can't
are you
But
going
can
to
trade at this
steal?
show.
I can take pictures.
Send me
works.
pictures
All
of
right, guys.
toys.
Thanks for listening
okay.
again.
To clarify.
See you next
Thanks
week,
for
Yes,
everybody.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, whatever.